The crisp air of the early evening carried a tension that was palpable, despite the festive atmosphere of the crowded street. String lights, twinkling in vibrant colors, stretched above the heads of the gathered crowd, casting a warm glow on the scene. The aroma of food vendors and the chatter of people filled the air, but in the midst of it all, there was an undeniable clash of energy. At the heart of this fracas, a woman in a beige hoodie stood facing a man in a gray hoodie. The woman's finger was pointed squarely at the man's chest, her face contorted in frustration, her words lost in the chaos of the crowd, but her body language screamed her anger. The man, unmoving, locked eyes with her, his expression stern but calm. He didn't flinch, despite the confrontation that seemed to have caught the attention of everyone around them. Behind him, a dog sat obediently, watching the scene unfold with its head slightly tilted, as though sensing the heightened emotions in the air. The woman's dog, a golden retriever, sat just beside her, seemingly unbothered by the rising tension between the two. Around them, the crowd began to gather, some merely observing, others whispering among themselves, unsure of how to intervene. Several police officers, dressed in dark uniforms, had already made their way into the scene, standing in the background but prepared to act if things escalated further. They watched the woman and man closely, making sure the situation didn't spill over into violence. The light from the street lamps flickered as the crowd grew thicker, adding an almost surreal quality to the standoff. Despite the peaceful surroundings and the festive nature of the evening, the two figures stood in the center, locked in a battle of wills. The woman's voice, now raised, pierced through the noise, and the man's calm demeanor only seemed to infuriate her more. Each word she spoke seemed to be met with a quiet yet firm resistance, as though the man was preparing for whatever came next without backing down. With each passing second, the crowd's murmurs grew louder, but the focus remained fixed on the two figures, one determined to be heard, the other determined to stay composed. The golden retriever, oblivious to the tension, simply sat, as though waiting for the storm to pass.